to that. Let me see. Josh. Nope. Let's kill that.
No
Change.
rush, but just you guys know we're live right now.
Yeah, that's great.
No,
They get to watch me work some kinks out.
Yeah. I just don't want you to say all that racist stuff that's been boiling up inside of you.
I'm just trying to work out some extreme kinks and racism. Check. All right, great. This is Josh recording for Kingdom, season 2, episode 4.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Bye.
Should we like clap it in or something?
Let's do it. Ooh.
Ow, ow.
What's up, you guys? It's On Fire tonight with Josh and Tressa. We are joined by Kingdom correspondent Christopher Pravdika as we embark on this oceanic journey to the soul of Joseon.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens every single time. So this is going to be, we're going to talk about Kingdom, a great zombie period epic based on a webtoon. We're doing season 2, episode 4. If you haven't watched it already, we are about to spoil it. So please, if you don't want it spoiled, pause, watch the episode and come back. You are back.
Wow. What a cliffhanger. I can't believe they ended the whole season like that. That was crazy.
That is often how it feels because
Every
they do such
time.
a great, right? Like that's just really good structuring. Like it's like most shows fail every single time. This show delivers every single time.
Yeah, and every single time it's like, how can they make the next episode any good? They just did everything.
Right.
Oh, here you go. This is how. Idiots.
Yeah, just study this one show.
Mm-hmm.
Try your best. Just ape it in every way you can manage. You're not going to do a good enough job, but maybe that'll still be better than what you were doing.
Yeah, idiots.
The show is very giving.
Mm.
I feel very taken care of after watching every episode. I was in good hands.
It's generous.
Lots of aftercare. Mm-hmm.
Thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
It's listening to what I want. It cares what I want. It wants to give me what I want.
Which is a twin that will blow you.
Longtime listeners will. Anyway. Guys, how are you doing? How are you doing on this fine day?
Great.
Well, it's nice and gloomy out here.
Yeah, it's super glooms here. I mean,
I saw it sunny in LA today.
Oh,
it's
man.
Not pouring rain again.
Why aren't we surfing? Why aren't we hanging 10 out in Santa Monica with Scotty and Rags?
The commute?
Yeah.
That's true.
They have tar on the beach there.
They have tar on the beach?
Yeah.
Like on purpose?
It bubbles up from there's tar in the water, because they have tar there. It's like like those tar pits.
Yeah.
But the tar just like bubbles up in the water, and if you step in it, there's only one way to get it off. You need more oil.
Really?
You put some like oil on your feet.
Like any kind of oil?
Yeah, the soap won't wash it off. It's just like.
What about pee though?
That's jellyfish. That's a jellyfish thing.
But is it worth trying pee first?
Don't go to the beach in California. They got tar.
Well, so wait, what should we do if we're not going to surf and we've dedicated our lives to this California lifestyle?
Well, they have slack lines. You can bounce around on the slack lines. They have like lots of swingy monkey bar things for grown-ups.
I'm in. I'm gonna do this.
Sold.
Yeah. Yeah, there should we'll be able to pick oranges directly from trees in people's yards and avocados.
We can hunt down some surf Nazis.
Yeah, surf Nazis must die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Locals only.
It's Al Pacino's new Amazon show, Surf Nazi Hunter.
Why isn't there a crossover with Al Pacino's show Hunters and the classic trauma movie from the 80s that they didn't even make, they just distributed, Surf Nazis Must Die? I don't remember much about that movie.
Yeah, me neither.
I think that they had a van that had a mohawk. Like there was, like they'd outfitted a van to have a mohawk of its own.
You gotta.
It sounds familiar. You think it would have been B.A. Baracus' van on A-Team that had the mohawk.
Yeah.
That van had a spoiler.
That's right. Why would a van have a spoiler? What is that?
For extra speed, obviously.
Oh, right.
They're
right.
the
You
A-Team.
got to keep the rear end down when you when you get over 100 miles an hour.
Can't do that or it'll explode.
I went to Universal Studios and went on the tour, and it was like many years after that show had gone off the air, but they had like a dozen A-Team vans parked strategically throughout the tour. And also it was a time when like Battlestar Galactica was just a distant memory,
Yeah.
and they had a lot of like Battlestar Galactica stuff lying around. And it was like, did you guys not know that people were coming for a tour?
You guys didn't clean up or anything.
This is like it's not just a movie studio, but a theme park of sorts.
Is
Yeah,
this the one in Hollywood or in Los Angeles?
Yeah,
Okay.
out in LA, where we're gonna do our bouncy castle thing
Yeah.
and not surf.
No.
That's where the Norman Bates Hotel is. Don't they
Wait,
have the house?
is it an
in the
actually operational motel?
No, the house.
Oh, it's
the house.
right,
is
right,
in
right,
the universe,
right.
isn't it? There with like Jaws and.
I think you're right. I'm definitely Jaws. And
Are you sure they still have Jaws?
they have the clock tower from Back to the Future. But like that was also used in a bunch of other movies like throughout the
Of
decades.
course.
And rolling on. How did this episode even start?
Oh my God. I'm glad you asked. It starts off with a motherfucking flashback.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Hungry
we
Man.
see Mu Yang sneaking in very stealthily while Li Chang sleeps, and he's just like trying to steal a bunch of like bonbons, it looks like.
Yeah, I think they described what he was stealing, and they're all sweets and they all sound disgusting to me.
Cookies
Yeah.
and treats.
Well, it turns out he's been doing this for a while, and he's stolen a ton of stuff, and the prince completely knows. And he's like, there's no excuse for my horrible behavior, but please have pity on my pregnant wife who's done so much to take care of me. I was a failure. Like, we get all the exposition. I was a failure until the age of 40 when I finally passed the exam to be a guard for you. And the prince is like, all right, well, just be sure when you take stuff, you should also taste it first. And he's like, oh, you're giving me permission? And he's like, all I want in return is your loyalty, no matter what.
You got it, bro. No matter what, I'm never ever gonna double cross you in any sort of way ever. Not even in the future when something else might happen. I promise. Is
That's
what he said.
It's like all his father's words coming to fruition about his just survive edict.
Right.
Yeah.
He's gaining a double loyal person. One who's specifically loyal to him. Not just the throne. Wise.
Yeah. God, good insight, my friend. So then we flash to the present day, and we see Li Chang cradling a now dead Mu Yang, and they have to fucking catch Cho Hak Chu and kill him.
Man, fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Cause Sobi's like, no, it's cool. I'm gonna learn some stuff by healing and saving Hak Chu. But that's gonna ruin an entire you're gonna kill so many people just by letting him survive, you stupid nurse, medic lady.
She's like sort of reasoning through all of her observations about the zombies and the plant and what they know, and she's like, okay, so like they're afraid of fire, but they're also deathly afraid of water. They wouldn't even cross like a tiny shallow river. What was that about? And the governor, who is the best character ever, is like, oh, what should we do? We can't harm my uncle. All I can do in life is whatever he orders. He's so fucking scary. And she's like, all right, help me hold him underwater.
Okay.
But he's also in love with her. So yeah, we see these fucking white worms escape from his face wound.
Yeah, that's great.
Shocking discovery.
Right?
Yes.
And right then we hear the sound of a bell. It marks the birth of the new baby prince.
Oh, huzzah, huzzah, whatever.
The big blue cloud, baby reveal, gender reveal.
Yeah, the gender reveal in this case came in zombie plague form.
Yeah.
Those worms were crazy. So it's worms driving those people the whole time.
Yeah, so
dang old worms and no more, bot flies.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
That's
all
what
has
it reminded
like.
me of. It's disgusting.
Wait, what are bot flies?
The worst thing.
God.
The worst thing Jesus ever invented.
He was a noted scientist and inventor.
Bot flies get like laid in skin. Let's just talk about people right now. They'll burrow. They'll get laid inside your skin, and then they'll grow inside your skin, and they'll just like put this huge boil looking thing in your skin until you take it out, which is like really, really hard to do. And it's like
you got to suffocate them.
They're huge. They're disgusting. And no, you should watch some videos though. When they actually extract them, it's such a relief to watch.
It leaves a giant hole.
Oh yeah, that hole's not going away.
Where do bot fly, like where are they native?
South America.
So that's off the
list.
list.
Somehow they lay their eggs on mosquitoes' proboscises, and so when the mosquito bites you, they inject you with larvae, and then all of a sudden, so what you think is a mosquito bite, then it just keeps getting bigger and more paint until you see this big like boil, and then you got to put like tape over it, which suffocates the, and then they start wiggling out for air, and then you grab them and you pull out this big, giant larva.
Yeah. It is the fucking worst. You need to watch an extraction video because
I will not.
You have
Absolutely
to. It
not.
is so awesome.
Nope.
It's so
nope. I've heard enough.
No, because it's so big and it just like wiggles. It's big. People are like, I could feel it wiggling under my skin.
Yeah. You know how because the larvae is like bulbous in the middle, like a croissant. So you get like the little tip, and then this big fat middle comes out and then ploops out. But it's a good thing that these bot flies don't cause us to be zombies as well, drive us around.
Which is also like, that is a parasite that happens in nature. Like there's a parasite that infects ants that basically eats its brain and takes over its body.
Yeah. Right.
Well, yeah, to the extent that we know, we might be driven by bacteria. All kinds of drives we have are driven by little things inside of us. Like
everything from our gut biome is puppeting us.
Yeah. Like the way what's the one with rats and cats?
Is that the toxoplasmosis one?
No, that's what. Is that the same thing? It's something that in cat pee.
Yeah,
it gets in rats, and then it makes the rats that are normally disgusted by cat, like want to get away from cat pee because it means cats are around. It reverses it. It makes them attracted to the smell of cat pee. So they're
no, it's the same thing with people. People that clean out a litter box, they can get infected really
Mm.
easily with that. And they're like, oh, I love cats so much. I need more.
more cats. Oh, that's the South Park episode too, called Cheesing.
Wait, really?
Oh,
I don't know that one.
It's maybe the greatest South Park episode. It's all in heavy metal animation.
Oh, cool.
They cheat. They figure out you can get high by when a cat sprays you in the face, and when you get high by the cat spray, you go into literally heavy metal animation world. Like that's your trip.
Awesome.
And
like the
and
early
everybody
80s
calls it
movie
cheesing.
heavy metal.
You gotta like strap up a cat in like a harness, and then you get behind the cat and you put another cat in front of it. When it gets up and scared of the other cat, it sprays you in the face, and it's called cheesing, which is horrible because who wants to get cat sprayed in the face?
Gross.
Okay, worms.
Yep.
Baby births. We see Li Chang approaching Han Yang. We see pregnant women's corpses getting buried.
Oh, yeah.
But one of those corpses is alive, and it's Mu Yang's wife.
Whoa, what?
Yeah. Saving the day. We've got the scholar dude reporting to the other scholars.
The shit ain't right.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Right.
They like doubt all the testimony.
Yeah. And they're like, wait a minute, are you sane? And then he lays out everything that happened. Yes, that is what he is saying.
He is like, so just try to wrap your mind around this. The
What?
queen has been pregnant with quotes around it.
Got it.
And now there are a bunch of dead pregnant women.
Okay.
And
What's your
finally,
point?
there's a baby boy, but there's also a bunch of dead baby girls.
Okay, what's your point?
And this was all at like the doorstep of the queen's residence.
Yes, and I don't see where you're going with this.
So
yeah,
it's not too far afield to sort of connect these dots.
That pregnant women are getting sick and dying.
Nope,
you're right. We need to check
no.
on the pregnant. What?
No. See, the queen has been
just had a baby.
Not really pregnant.
Right, because she just had a baby.
No, she's been hiding these actually pregnant women
because she needs someone to talk to that understands her plight. I get it. Yeah. And
who knows the ways of women?
I know, they're crazy, right?
So right then, as all of them are like, we don't believe your very like well put together argument, Cho Hak-chu enters.
What? I thought he was almost dead.
He was almost dead. He's still got a big wound on his face, but he's
dewormed.
He's fine now. He's like,
I mean,
all right.
He's better than fine. He's doing great right now.
He's like, I've heard your crazy theory, but show me the evidence. Show me the money. I want receipts, motherfucker. And he's like, guess what? I'm going to behead the royal commander that barged into the delivery room and everyone in league with the prince and all of their families and all of their families' families. Everybody's getting beheaded.
You should totally do that. Sounds like a great plan.
He's the family annihilator type.
He is.
Yeah.
Like the prince casually drops that as a threat, but Cho Hak-chu is like, shit's happening today.
All of it is.
And then like immediately we see people getting rounded up and Sobi is like, she's just like a witness to it. And she's like, what the fuck?
Hey, guess what? This wouldn't be happening if you let him die. But it's fine.
And the governor, who's standing next to her as always, is like, don't you know how scary my fucking uncle is?
He's such a caricature. I love him.
Right. And she's like, all right, excuse me. And she like dips and then runs into Yang Shin. And then she's been pulled in to like help minister to Mu Yang's wife. And that's where she meets the prince again. And she explains she's got a really sound theory about these worm eggs that were on the plant, that once they're inside the person, they turn into zombie worms, parasitic to their host.
Such chaos in a tiny package.
Yeah, it's like it makes even more sense than just the plant.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
The plant
like,
is just some weird thing. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's like,
because the show is like, yeah, we buy the plant, and it's like, no, it actually makes more sense that it's not even just the plant. It's these weren't they're always giving.
right.
Generous lovers.
I didn't even need more explanation, but they gave it
Right?
to me. And then I was like, wow, this all makes sense.
Yes, because in a previous episode, they show her looking at the plant really closely, and they show these little dots on the plant. I'm like, I know that's significant, but I do not know why. And now I do. Love it.
So then
the prince is like, Sobi, I need you to do something for me. And he asks Doofus for a favor. And so he's like, hey, uncle, I need this one lady. She saved your life. I need her to be your physician.
Or no, not his physician, the queen's physician.
Right. You're right. Queen's Palace.
I would have loved it if they wrote in like a way that like Doofus could have like at some point gone back to his like natural state of like drinking and gambling and girls and like hanging out, and then but it all gets like thrown back into zombie mode, like just like a taste of it, just to see him like go, oh, totally relieved that everythouldn't and then
shouldn't there be a spin-off where like
oh my god,
he stays in power somehow, like because like he's failed upwards and that's the way things work, and nothing will ever threaten that except occasionally there's a zombie plague, and even though he's lived through it before and has lots of experience, he's still like, get me the fuck out of here. We gotta run.
Yes, full sitcom format as well.
So Sobi gets her wish. She gets to work as the queen's own nurse appointed by Cho Hak-chu. At least briefly.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's in the room with the queen when Cho Hak-chu enters. And she, like that's her father, right, who almost died like today. And she's like, oh, I hope you're feeling well. Like clearly does not give a fuck. Pours them both some tea. Hak-chu explains the soldiers are to be like the one, like all the soldiers that are being rounded up to be beheaded are just bait for Chang.
Right. He's not actually going to kill all those people. He just needs the prince to think so.
But then he also says, but someone else has committed a great crime and also deserves to be killed.
Yeah, you should kill that person. Who is it?
He doesn't elaborate, nor does she ask for him to. And he's like, nurse, examine the queen's pulse.
Yeah, because the whole time during this whole scene before then, it's just Sobi bowing in the background.
Right. So super awkward.
Yeah.
Just like, should I leave? Should I stay? Like, I think in this case, I'm just supposed to like become a piece of furniture until like just I'll hold perfectly still.
Her thighs are so strong right now.
From squats.
Yeah.
So there's like a power struggle over whether or not Sobi examines the queen's pulse. The queen is like, I do not need that. And Hak-chu is like, do it. And the queen is like, I have my own nurses. And Cho Hak-chu is like, examine the queen's pulse immediately. So she does. Because Cho Hak-chu is the scarier of the two when they're in a room together.
Maybe. He's got hamburger face.
Yeah, he does. he has a gaping facial wound. It does not look good. So she takes the queen's pulse, and it reveals that the newborn baby could not possibly have been hers. And then we go to another flashback.
The birth of the plan.
Right.
Unintended.
So back months earlier, she and her brother, that badass motherfucker from the Haewon Cho clan, they conspire to have a fake pregnancy. And he's
it's so easy, though. All you got to do is swear everyone to secrecy, and it's fine.
She's like, listen, once I'm pregnant, even the king himself can't touch me. And then I have my own loyal retainers. We just also have to keep this secret from our dad, because he would never allow for someone without his bloodline to like be put in that position.
You just need a bunch of pregnant ladies.
Yeah. Like, which is just
so
that's
easy.
That's beside the point. The idea that they're gonna like farm village women and kill them for their babies, that's not even like an issue.
No. That's not the problem.
Right.
The problem is the bloodline.
And she's like, I don't give a fuck about the bloodline. And the son apparently doesn't super care either. He's just concerned that their dad will care.
Right, because he's very scary. Now, right before the flashback, Hachu is like, okay, that's not our baby. Baby's not in the bloodline. I'm going to murder that baby and anyone who knew about it.
Yeah, he rejects the entirety of the plan.
Yeah.
And then we're back. Yeah, we're back to him. He's like, that baby will die. All of the queen's conspirators will die. He gets up to leave ominously. Cough. Yeah.
Little stumble.
He just survived zombie worms. He had his face chewed into. He personally has torn apart and held together this great nation. But a teenage girl just fucking poisoned him with that tea.
You don't cross a teenage girl, I'll tell you that much.
He drops dead.
You reap what you sow. He should have been nicer to her.
She is nothing but venomous in her triumph.
Oh, she is thrilled. I mean, she is now like, there's no one more powerful than her now.
Like, it's inarguable. There is no one more powerful than her. Go ahead. We get a quick scene just on the road, and some random travelers are like, this plague sucks, and like even the royals are dying, so we're all fucked. Like, we are definitely going to be killed by the disease or whatever.
We're all going to die soon.
Yeah.
And his friend has the tiniest hat. It was so cute.
Right. We've really been overlooking the great hats on this show.
Yeah, we really have been. They really need more attention.
Hats don't quit ever.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're relentless.
This is a regular party at Ascot, right? You know, that like British thing. There's like a British thing.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it because I don't know much about much. Anyway. So then we get a fucking scene on the coast.
Oh, right.
Out on the shore. The prince is just chatting with a fisherman. There's no fish, no food. The whole fucking country's falling apart.
This famine has affected even the seas. There's no fish.
The prince grabs a reel that like gets a bite, but he can't reel in the fish.
He fucks it up.
He's like, yeah. And like the old fisherman guy doesn't know that he's the prince, and he's like, you dumb fucking idiot.
You'd think that if you could like chop people's heads off real easy, that you could pull a damn fish in.
Thank you.
But he was told, don't pull it, just hold it. So I think the problem is that he was using too much strength
Yeah.
rather than finesse.
So many dirty jokes in my head right now.
What?
So-
What dirty joke? Tell us, you filthy minded filth
What?
monster.
No, don't pull it, just hold it. What? So
Yeah, just use a little finesse.
That's called a pull job and a hold job. You got a pull job and a hold job.
yeah.
More
So
like a
it's-
hobby than a job, really.
you only get paid if you're lucky.
So then the prince says, "Uncle," and the guy turns and he's like, "It's me, like you're a distant uncle of mine." What was that thing you said about something or other? Were you reading the book of Han? And then the uncle is like, who gives a shit about bloodlines? Like, all of that is horse shit.
Hell yeah, it is.
Malarkey.
Malarkey. That's right. We'll have no malarkey here. So then we see Yang Shen walking in with Li Chang. Soldiers' families have been rounded up to be killed. Yang Shen doesn't believe in much, but he believes in Li Chang. He's like, I think that you can bring back peace and prosperity to this country. It's like when you were in charge, or like when your father was in charge, like everything sucked. Now these other people are in charge, everything sucks. Basically, like for the people, everything sucks. You're a different kind of leader. Maybe you can bring about the real changes that the people of this country need. It's inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Believed in
then,
him.
yeah, it's
It
nice. And then our idiot governor, who I love, meets with the queen. And just like always, he's failing up. He'll be promoted to the head of the royal command.
Oh, cool. Hey, have you seen Sobi? Where'd she go?
Right. Like there was a nurse that I got the hots for. The queen was like, I sent her away. I have my own nurses. And he's like, oh, okay, bummer.
Oh.
And then, but here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
She wasn't just sent on a vacation.
Oh no.
The queen has these secret prison keys, and then we
Who doesn't?
sub-basement cells. Sobi is blindfolded in a prison, and she's
I
got
mean,
to
that's the
work on the
cruelest
answer
part
to
of
the
all.
plague. That she's blindfolded?
Yeah, because it's like she knows there's these zombies all around her
Yeah.
and she can't like see where to hide, or she doesn't know how close they are or how she's protected against them. That's just cruel.
I don't understand why she's blindfolded.
I think it's just to be cruel.
Yeah, so I was thinking. I mean, unless they left just because they had to take her in a secret, in a way to get there. They didn't want to like bag her to
Right.
get there, and then you just didn't take the bag off when she was there.
Right. So she's got to just like work in this fucking prison cell surrounded by zombies to figure out how the plague works, because the queen wants to use the zombies for more power.
Zombie power.
Right. And that's the fucking end of the episode, with Sobi blindfolded and chained in a fucking dank sub basement, snarling zombies all around, just on the other side of some prison bars.
Trying to learn how to control the worms.
It's amazing how well they keep raising the stakes when you think,
I know.
like, wasn't it enough already?
How can every episode you're like, well, that's all taken care of. There's nothing really much that can happen now. Oh my God, what is happening now?
Right? Fucking A.
Good. Fuck this show.
Yeah.
I'm ready for another one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the follow-up movie that follows this season. I
Dude,
guess it's a prequel though, right? I watched like
it
the first 2 minutes and then I got
it's sort of
distracted.
a prequel and it's sort of a sidequel at the
I
same
see.
time. So yeah, there's a little bit more. There are a couple more episodes of this season and the movie. And then I think there's more being made. I fucking
Oh,
hope.
good. So we have a Kingdom universe.
Yeah, like the
Fantastic.
Kingdom verse.
Oh, boy.
You don't like the verse?
Fan. So wait, the movie, is it like during that battle or war where they first were like, hey, let's use this plant and take over and defend ourselves against the Japanese?
Yeah.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
I I just want to know the basic plot. Come
Something like that.
on. You ass.
You don't like my dance moves?
Ooh, they're great. They're great.
I've got all shoulders. I've been watching that Bollywood movie, so I'm doing all Bhangra moves.
It's
That they,
great.
they had a dance off in that movie.
Yeah, it's
It
great.
was pretty intense.
It was like, yeah, it was a really good dance scene. It's like Busby Berkeley, Gene Kelly, like
They were doing like Fortnite dances, but they had to like keep doing them. Like the first one to stop would lose,
right.
and it was just going on forever. Nobody could do that move over and over. It looked like the Fortnite dance.
Do they still have like nonstop dance contests where like if you have to go for
Oh, you like
days
in
and
the 40s
days?
and stuff?
like they shoot
Yeah.
horses, don't they?
I don't
Isn't
think
that
I've ever.
that movie's about dance, nonstop dancing? I think. No,
Does it
now what
take
they do?
place throughout?
No, the thing they do now is more extreme. They have that thing of everyone has to stay in the circle. The last one to leave, it goes on for days and days and days.
I don't care for
those
either of those.
Wait, what's the circle?
It's some YouTube thing, one of those YouTube channels. They get like a big prize, and they get a bunch of people, and they put them like literally inside of a circle, and they have to. The idea is just to stay in there as long as possible.
How big is the circle?
It's like the size of, I don't know, it's pretty like a big room, like a really big room. But then they start shrinking the circle as
Oh,
time goes on.
How
'Cause
long do people last?
I think they were in there for days and days and days. I watched a little bit of one thing. I don't even think I got to see who the the winner
How do
was.
you
I
go to the
tapped out before.
bathroom?
I don't remember. But it is like, there's also, remember, Hand on a Hard Body.
Yeah,
yeah.
There was that thing. It's kind of like a take on that, but it's also a take on the dance till you can't
right.
dance anymore thing. You want a PlayStation 5? You gotta stay in the circle.
Right? You want
I
the new
mean,
Jordans?
I mean, just get a job. I
Well,
mean,
but there's
5 days in a circle, that's like 5 days worth of work right there.
sure, but I mean, there's also
Or
something
less,
fun about
actually.
trying to do the thing.
All right, fine. It sounds like hell to me, but I guess people like hell.
They like there was some decent money attached at the end.
See,
some pretty decent money.
if it's just a PlayStation, I'm like,
No. They have like the tap outs win things. They like encourage people to tap out by giving them stuff.
Oh,
Because they don't want, like, whoever's putting the thing on doesn't want it to go on indefinitely.
right.
They don't want people to like die of exhaustion in the and what's the when you die of
dehydration?
everything.
Everything. I mean, I'm a big fan of like the Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating competition, but mostly I'm a fan of that because of the guy who does all of the intros, like the announcer guy, George Shea. I don't know if you've ever watched on ESPN. It's literally the only sport that I care about. And it's all because he has like these 5-minute long intros for each of the competitors with ridiculous names, and like he gets really poetic. It's amazing. Like, please just go on YouTube, check it out.
Wasn't there a hullabaloo this one? Wasn't there like some
Some
attacked.
protesters.
Yeah, no, someone like
Yeah.
attacked. It's one of the contestants had to get physical with somebody, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut, the reigning champion, a guy ran in with a Darth Vader mask and some protest sign right next to him. Joey Chestnut, without skipping a beat, chokes the guy out and keeps eating hot dogs.
Yeah, he did.
It was fucking awesome.
That's pretty amazing. There's a lot of irony in that one. He's choking Darth Vader. That's what Darth Vader does, and he's at threat of choking himself the whole entire time, stuffing all those blended up meat sticks down his throat.
The nitrates involved that are coursing through that guy's veins, like you couldn't be normal even 2 weeks after that.
I imagine there's like a serious laxative dosage after that kind of a thing.
Well, the thing is, you can't puke for a certain amount of time, or it's considered a reversal of fortune.
Like how much of a certain amount of time?
I'm not sure.
Like, are they
not
following you
forever.
home,
No,
or
you have to hold it down? It's like football. You have to be in possession of the ball. You have to be able to like hold it. For...
Possession of the ball. Got it. Okay, how many hot dogs are we talking in one sitting for these winners?
Like 70
oh,
in 10 minutes.
God.
I mean,
10 minutes is a long fucking time too.
Yeah. I think that it's like somewhere in that neighborhood is the record.
The bottom line is there's mastery to our human stomach bags that people like us will never know.
Yeah, there's like a separate category, like women and men don't compete directly against each other. I don't know what it is physiologically that like allows a man to eat almost twice as much as a woman at the top.
Because we're dainty flowers.
But you would think that in these extremes,
we're all sausage gobblers.
That's right. You're all sausage gobblers.
The thing is, like, the best people in these eating competitions, they're not like massively obese.
No.
They're like actually very fit for the most part, and they train themselves to be able to like eat and hold it. Yeah, they hold it. Yeah, they just do crazy shit.
You know, people like eat a light bulb and like pop it right back up. What about those water squirters?
What do you mean?
Sorry.
There's people that can drink a bunch of water and then just regurgitate the water right back up and spit out the water. Can like eat other things and bring up just the water.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's because you know, like Houdini was a real master of that. Like, in order to swallow a key and then regurgitate it secretly, it's like you swallowed that key halfway down and held it in your throat for like an hour before the show even started or something. And then he's able to like secretly choke it back up. And so like, yeah, like I remember there were protests for like, this is years ago. Kim, our good friend Kim was telling me about protests against the then Vice President Dan Quayle, where some guys had eaten red, white, and blue. One guy ate red, another guy ate white, and another guy ate blue, just massive amounts of mashed potatoes, and then puked them up at his appearance. Pretty awesome, right?
Isn't there like an internet cartoon cat that does that?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a cat that flies with the rainbow behind it. But I guess throwing up rainbow is nice. Throwing up American flag. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Try to beat that, AI bots.
Guys, we are out of time. I can't believe it's been a long show, and Josh, help me out.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode. Please tune in next time. We've got more to talk about. Until then, we are your smoldering pirate hosts.
That's right. See you then. Bye.